In AX, there are manually generated and system-generated journals. Examples of system-generated journals are allocation journals and elimination journals. These journals are created automatically and are never created manually. Manual journal entries are generated by posting entered transactions into the system, such as a general journal entry. When you use a manual journal entry, the transactions are not posted immediately. Before you can post a manual entry, they can be in one of the following states. They can be changed, reviewed, approved, or deleted. Let's review the journal entry process. First, you must set up journal names. You use the journal setup for all new journals by using the name listed in the Journal Names drop-down list. This means all the journals use the voucher series, offset account, and other information that you've set up on that particular journal name. Next, you can create a new journal. Many of the modules in AX use journals for entering transactions. In the General Ledger, you use journals for ledger postings. In Accounts Receivable, you use journals for payments. In Accounts Payable, you can use journals for invoices or payments. When you open a journal dialog box, you create a new journal by using the template that is associated with the journal type. After you create the header of the journal, you can start adding lines. This is where the details of the entry are recorded. You can optionally configure journals to require a review and approval process. If this option is configured, then you must submit the journal for the review and approval process. After the journal is reviewed and approved, you can post the transactions. When the journal is posted, no further changes can be made to the journal entry, and it's transferred to the general ledger and any relating subledgers. At any point in the process, you can print the details of a journal. In many cases, this is saved for after the journal is posted to ensure that the printed details match the final results of the journal. Let's discuss some of the journal types that are available in AX. There are many types of journals that are used in all of the financial modules. In order to create a journal of a specific type, at least one journal name must be configured for that type. For example, if you want to use AX to record vendor payments, you must create at least one vendor disbursement type journal name. The daily journal is the generic journal type that is used in the general ledger for a general journal. You may consider creating multiple journal names of the same type if you have different approval processes, want different vouchering numbers, or want to set the security controls of the journal differently for different types of transactions. For example, you may create one journal name that is used for day-to-day journal entries called daily, a second journal name that is of the type daily that is used for payroll entries. This journal name might have journal controls in place for security and posting accounts. Then you could create a third for month end where you will make month end adjustments, and this journal name simply uses a different numbering scheme so you can easily see and find these entries in the general ledger. Here you can see a few examples of the different journal types that are available. This is not a comprehensive list, just a simple example of some of the most common journal types that are available for each module. For the general ledger, you have the daily journal, allocation, elimination, and periodic journals available. In accounts payable, you have approval, vendor invoice recording, invoice register, and vendor disbursements. In accounts receivable, you can use the customer payment journal type. For the cash and bank management module, journal names exist for bank check reversals and bank deposit slip cancellation. Let's discuss some of the options that you have available in the journal names form. There are many fields and options available in the journal name setup form. I'll review some of these fields for you. In the approval group, there are two fields available: approvals and workflow approvals. Depending on how you want the approval to work, you can optionally turn on one or the other. For security, settings exist for private user groups, which will restrict users from using the journal unless they belong to the user group that you have created. You can also set up journal controls, which will restrict the information that can be posted in a particular journal. Posting restrictions will limit the users that are allowed to post the journal. For the voucher, you can select the number sequence or the pattern of the number that will be used for the voucher number. The voucher number in AX is the unique transaction ID that is attached to each entry in the journal. You can also select the timing of when the number will be assigned for the voucher number. You can also optionally select offset account information. You can specify a default offset account, or you can fix the offset account to the value that you select. This would prevent the user from changing the offset account to a different value. There are posting settings that allow you to control the posting layer, the detail level, and whether or not fees should be included in the journal. The posting layer allows you to select whether the amounts will be posted into the current, operations, or tax layer. The layers can be thought of as a set of books in the general ledger. Most transactions are posted into the current layer, and the operations and tax layers are used for adjustments and tax purposes. You can also specify some various defaults, such as the sales tax information, currency information, and financial dimension. Let's open AX and take a look at how to create journals now.